Thanks so much for watching, and welcome to Astro and Woo with Corey Woo. These weekly readings are meant to give you a general idea of how energies will be playing out collectively. They are not individual readings. As such, you may find that the examples given don't apply to you, and that's because your birth chart is not being interpreted through this reading. However, because these are energies that will be affecting all of us at play, you'll find that as I describe the placements and how they work together, it'll take place in some area of your life. How that applies to you, only you will know. Again, thanks for watching. Please take accountability for the choices that you make. No divination can take away your agency. Now let's get into the daily aspects and how they'll be affecting us as a collective. On June 21st, the Sun enters Cancer. We have the Sun sextile the North Node in Taurus, Mercury in Gemini, sextile Mars in Leo, and Jupiter sextile Saturn in Pisces through the 24th. So with these aspects, our conscious focus is easily integrated into an actionable plan. Where we find ourselves emotionally activated, we also have an opportunity to introduce practical steps that bring a deeper sense of safety or material stability. So you're feeling triggered by someone else's unreliability. Act on your plans without them. This is about Mercury and Mars supporting putting plans into action. Jupiter is asking us to expand our comfort zone in ways that reflect our internal evolution and values. So think emotional self-reliance with the Sun moving into Cancer and Jupiter asking us to do what reflects our values regardless of what's going on around us. Saturn, on the other hand, is asking us to bring structure to the dream, to clarify our illusions, and to bring our spiritual practices down to earth. What we choose to do with that information given us by our feeling state determines if the result is reward or punishment. Working together, these planets are bringing us tangible manifestations of our self-worth, and they're showing us the true value of our spiritual aspirations. This transit is active through the 24th, so watch for opportunities to walk your talk and see if you can keep it up as the aspect wanes. On the 22nd, we have Juno entering Cancer, sextile the North Node again, making the same aspects following behind the Sun. And then we have Vesta entering Gemini. So we are learning lessons via our conversations with others and improving our communications in real time. This is about when you're having a conversation and you're gauging the reactions that other people have, you're able to adapt the words that you're using or your tone of voice or your body language so that you can have the impact that you're intending to have. You're putting your heart into words without getting lost in the emotions that arise, and that'll come easier now with Vesta moving into air. With the Leo stellium playing in the background, though, the trick is not to let the ego take over the talking points. On the 24th, which is 2 days later, we have the Moon trine Jupiter and opposite Saturn retrograde in Pisces. The Moon is moving in to intensify the sextile to Saturn, so our emotional responses will be flashing lights and clear signs pointing us toward where our efforts to expand need greater clarity, consistency, or restructuring. Jupiter expands and intensifies again, while the opposition to Saturn is showing us a tension between what we say we value and what feeds us at a subconscious level. So this is about our conditioned responses versus our true self. And it's time to ask yourself what feels good to your body. Where do you feel most at peace, most secure? And what are you doing that sustains that experience? Get real about your comfort. On the 25th, we have Mercury square Neptune, Mars square Uranus, which is active through the 27th, and our efforts to express ourselves or gain the acknowledgement of others may have unexpected results, so do be careful of your ego impulses. Our literal sense of self may be challenged, and it'll prove difficult to see clearly what the lesson is until after situations have played out. So try to be mindful of your actions. Are they in line with your values? Are your words belying your intent? If you're acting authentically and with awareness of the reciprocal relationship you have with your surroundings, you'll move through any tension with a greater understanding of where your confidence can be used in your own and others' interests. On the 25th, we have Mercury squaring Neptune in Pisces. We have Mars and Leo squaring Uranus and Taurus through the 27th. And our efforts to express ourselves or gain the acknowledgement of others may have really unexpected results. So do be careful that you're acting authentically. Our literal sense of self could be challenged, and it's going to be difficult to see clearly what the lesson is until after the situations play out. But if you're acting authentically and with awareness, with self-awareness, and with awareness of the reciprocal relationship you have with your surroundings, it'll be easy to move through any tension with a greater sense of understanding of where your confidence can be used in your own and in the interest of others. On the 26th, we have the first quarter moon square the sun in Cancer, so it'll be a Libra moon. We'll also have Mars and Leo squaring Jupiter in Taurus. So the first quarter moon is going to be asking us to check our motives and the way that we are moving when it comes to others. There's a desire for connection that may bring you into conflict with how you define or pursue emotional safety. So events and people will be bringing up this tension and conflict between, the desire to connect with others and the desire to seek emotional comfort and safety. So there, you have to choose what's the priority for you. Is it emotional safety right now, especially if you're feeling dysregulated or unsafe, or is it connections, fostering connections with other people? You need to be honest with yourself, be honest with others, and consider deeply what is the real reason you're choosing those friends, partners, and collaborators. Because this lunation is Venus ruled, so it's as much about value as it is about aesthetic. There is an emphasis on both our personal pleasure and our emotional comfort zone, like I said before. Mars aspects to Jupiter will be asking us to take risk. They're asking you to put yourself out there in ways that expand your creative output, your sense of individuality. And some of us might need to get some courage. Say it with your titties. Let your balls drop so you can do what it is that you need to do. It's a time to start new. All the things that inspire you, that define you, that make you feel like you are the most you that you've ever been. This is about getting back in touch with yourself, reclaiming your agency, your identity, your zest for life. With Leo energy it's all about expanding with your actions, your experience of you and how others experience you. So that is the end of the week. I hope that this resonated for you. If you have any questions about